Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today. Today we will be celebrating the life of the great giant, the great African giant, His Excellency, the former president of Zambia, His Excellency Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. President Mwamba will be chairing the session for us. Before we start the program, may I please ask Nadia to please play the video that President Judith sent to her?
All words have meaning to the nation. Stand and sing of Zambia, proud and free. It must be taught to all our young people, to all our people in Zambia. It's in various languages, and in those languages, the meaning of those words is the same. The same. Let the people understand exactly why they sing what they do.
Thank you very much, President Nadia. Indeed, a great tree has fallen. Before we proceed with our program, may I please ask Mama Debbie, Her Royal Highness Princess Debbie Dino Raputi, to please say a few words, and then we're going to ask Dr. Ayla if she's in to say a few words as well, and then we will hand over to President Mwamba to proceed with the program. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to other women who are there. And today is the 19th of June. And thank you so much for those who have really organized this important day, for the founder of our fallen icon, the former president of Zambia. And we know as South Africans how Zambia have played an important role in liberating us. We are really thankful for the people of Zambia, the hero president, President Kenneth Kaunda. We are so thankful, President Judith, for really organizing this. I know my uncle was in exile. When my uncle was in exile, the first photo that he sent is the time when he was in Zambia. And even my other uncle from my mother's side, they stayed in Zambia, and one of them was a teacher there in Zambia during exile. We are so proud that we are celebrating the icon of the world, a man who loved music. I always ask myself, the people who don't love music, how do they feel? Because music is the food of love. Music, it's part of counseling. Music is part of therapy. And you can see even at his old age, our President Kaunda, he was the one who really loved music so much. I think probably today we are going to play most of the songs that he loved, so that also to energizes us. We are now here in South Africa on COVID-19 level 3. Our president Ramaphosa took us back to level 3 with other restriction. So we really need some music, some words that are also going to encourage us as South African. The spear have fallen, and we are really, we have learned more lessons from our President Kenneth Kaunda. We thank you. Thank you, President.
Thank you so much, Her Royal Highness, President Princess Debbie Dineo Raputi. May I please ask Dr. Ayla to say a few words if she's in?
Hello, everyone. I will not have my camera. How are you? How is everyone doing?
We are fine, Ayla.
Thank
you so much.
Thank you. I wanted to congratulate WWLC Africa and WWLC Zambia under the leadership of Her Royal Highness Princess Debbie and management, President Rebecca, President Leseho, and also the one and only President Judith. I can't wait to hear the music today. Yes?
The music.
The music, yes. But the most important thing is how can we listen to the change music, our music. And I also want to congratulate everyone here. Thank you for coming. Let's listen to the music and let's create our own music, the change music. Love and light from Jakarta, Indonesia. Love you all. Miss you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ayla. Thank you. I'm going to hand over to President Mwamba. She will be co-moderating with Ambassador Chisha from Zambia as well. Over to you, President Mwamba.
Okay, thank you, President Lesego, and thank you, Dr. Ayla and Mama Debbie for speaking. So just to remind everyone of the purpose of today's meeting, we are celebrating the life of Zambia's founding father, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda, and today is just, we as Zambians here today just want to, and thank you for joining us to celebrate and just remember the lessons and everything he's done for Zambia. So just, he peacefully died on the 17th, just to notify you people. And we just want to give each speaker 5 minutes to present and to speak about his leadership style. And today we have a very good lineup of speakers, and we'll just start with President Judith to just give us some acknowledgements and just the welcoming remarks and to just brief us on today's presentation. Over to you, President Judith.
Mwamba, thank you so much. Can you hear me? Good morning, everyone.
Yes, we can.
Good morning. Good morning. Maybe to some people it's good afternoon or good evening, depending on which part of the world you are. Thank you so much. First of all, let me recognize the commitment of our founding President Ayla. Thank you so much, President Ayla, for the wonderful things that you have said over this time. For Zambia is difficult. We are mourning our founding president. And as I just start, I want to ask all of us to just have a minute in silence, just to, in honor of our dear founding president, Dr. Kaunda, and then I will proceed with the formal introductions. Is that all right? If we can just have a minute of silence in honor of Dr. Kenneth David Kaunda. And President Leseho, you can just inform us that the minute is over. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you, President Judith.
Amen. Thank you very much. So as I was saying, I want to say thank you to President Ayla for participating and supporting this very noble cause. I want to say a special thank you to President Debbie, our SADC leader, who is very active and committed to the cause of WWLC. And today, when we are celebrating our President, Dr. David Kaunda, I just want to say that what President Debbie has said, I think that no one can take away the importance and the rating of Dr. Kaunda in Africa, and especially in South Africa. President Debbie, we are so thankful that your president, President Ramaphosa, has actually declared a 10 days period of national mourning for our former president. This is a great show of love, a great show of brotherhood for Africa, a great show of appreciation for us as Zambians, for the wonderful things that Zambia and South Africa are able to do together. And we are also aware that in other parts of Africa, we have been receiving, pouring thanks and good wishes from throughout Africa, from throughout the world on the demise of Dr. Kaunda. And as you all know, Dr. Kaunda has passed on at a very mature age of 97 years. Right now, I think all of us can also recall that Dr. Kaunda can only be matched to the late African son of icon, President Madiba. So again, they are twins, you know, these countries, they have been going together all the time. The freedom struggle, the struggle for Black rulership, the struggle to end racism, the struggle to end, you know, all sorts of vices that affect the African continent in the economy, in the issues of social interaction, in the issues of, you know, beliefs and all these things. There has been a huge fight, but these are some of the leaders that have really taken a special position in Africa to impact the way Africans think, the way the Europeans think, the way the Asians think about human beings. And we really owe it to them. And so I just want, before I can hand over back to President Mwamba, I also want to ask President Lesego, I think it's Nadia, to share a few pictures that I have sent to her on Dr. Kaunda's interaction with various leaders at global level. And you will see from those pictures as they go on your screen from President Nadia or President Mwamba, whoever is going to do that, that President Kaunda, he interacted very well with everybody on this earth. He was a God-fearing man. He was a great father, even to, apart from to Zambia, but to the surrounding, the neighboring countries. Dr. Kaunda was instrumental in ensuring the independence of South Africa, of Zimbabwe, of Mozambique, Angola, and Malawi. They were working together. All the 8 countries that surround Zambia, they have something great to say about Dr. Kaunda. I agree with President Ayla that we need to enjoy the music, because Dr. Kaunda would always soothe our souls, even in the time when there are probably hardships in the nation. And there is a book that I would like, you know, all of us to look for, A Night Without a President, when Dr. Kaunda decided that he was going to resign as president of a nation which had people who drank so much. So you can imagine the social entity of this man. He said, I can't have drunkards as citizens, so I am going to resign. And he resigned for one night. People had to go and beg him to say, no, President, please come back. The Zambians have committed themselves. They are going to reduce this behavior of drunkenness. So you can see in him a parental component, which is really very strong. He was guiding the Zambian nation in the right way, nurturing them to fear God and to live lives which were worthy to talk about. And he realized that he needed to be very, very committed, even in the neighboring countries, because peace in one nation is peace in the next nation. When South Africans were being butchered, they were being segregated upon, there was no peace in Zambia. So you can see that really this man, he had the passion for a good and happy, independent Africa. So I just want to thank you all for attending this meeting with us, and not only mourning with us, but remembering this great gallant man of Africa. We are not crying because he has died. We are celebrating for what he has done, but we are also crying that we can't see him anymore as his, his children, his grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, and so on. So thank you. I will hand over back to Mwamba and President Nadia so that they can just show us and share some highlights of our late President, Dr. David Kaunda, meeting with several other leaders of the world, just for you to see that this man, he interacted very well with everybody. Thank you. Over to President Mwamba.
Thank you, President Judith, for reminding us of the great things that Dr. Kenneth Kaunda did for Zambia. And just, I was interested in the book you discussed on the night without a president, and it's very educating to see how much of a father figure he was to every Zambian, and how much he wanted us to conduct ourselves as, responsible citizens, and just to make Zambia progress and Africa progress in general. And I think President Nadia can try to just show us the pictures so we can see how he associated himself with everyone. He did not discriminate. He wanted unity for all African countries. And I think we can just see from the pictures where he's with so many different people and, just wanted to bring everyone together. President Nadia, if it's possible, can we please see the pictures before I introduce the next speaker? Thank you. Okay, I'm sure I can also try to do the screen sharing just so that we can see. I have a few pictures with us so we can see the things I'm talking about for President Kaunda being very, just a few minutes for me to allow my phone to just show us. Just please confirm if you can see the pictures so that I can swipe. And is everybody able to see the pictures?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So we can start here. As we can see President Kaunda being with everyone and just walking and bringing everyone united as he went about being president of Zambia for 27 years, which is a long time of governance. And we're just really grateful for this man as Zambia. And as President Judith and President Debbie said, that we are not crying, we are celebrating all that he has done for us. So as we can see in these pictures, how he was just a man about unity, and we can see his commitment to bringing everyone together and see how happy he lived. And we're just praying today as well that, he may be with God and we can continue to be united as countries, even as he's gone and he's left us. So these are just a few pictures we can see. I'm sure it's very easy to spot him. There he is. Even with the late President Mandela, we can see. These are just a few pictures President Judith sent me so that we could see them all together and just remember him. I hope I'm not swiping too fast. There he is. Okay, and I think we're at the end. Here is the intro for today's meeting. So let me just check again if our next speaker is here, Mrs. Marjorie Mutale. Okay, so I would just like to invite our next speaker to also describe in her own way how she thought of President Kaunda's leadership, and if it's possible, just for me, it's just a network issue, but if it's possible, please turn on your camera when you're presenting so that everybody can see you and it's more interactive. If it's possible, please turn on your cameras. So I'll just ask Miss Marjorie Chanda Mutale to give her presentation, and the floor is over to you, Miss Marjorie. Is she? Yes, she's still in. I'm handing over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, President Mwamba. Greetings to all the presidents and protocols observed. I am Marjorie from the Copper Belt of Zambia. I'll share just a bit about the first Republican president. He was a really good man, and he was quite strong, even in decision making. I was educated at primary, secondary, college, and even started work in his reign as president. What I learned about him, especially with labor in the country of Zambia. Hello.
Ma'am Marjorie, may I please disturb you? Can I notify all the speakers that we are live? So I kindly request all of you to please switch your cameras on, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, I've tried. I'm unable to switch on the camera. Let me try again.
President Mwamba, is it possible for you to screen share President Marjorie's picture in case she's having challenges with the internet, so that the people who have joined the meeting can put a face to the voice? In case President Marjorie, you are having challenges with your camera, President Mwamba, I'm sure, can share your picture on the screen. I hope that can work. Thank you.
Let me just try to do that, President Judith.
Ma'am Marjorie, I think you can continue with your presentation in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you. Like I said, I did my primary, secondary, college, and I started work in the reign of the first president. And one thing I noticed or learned from him was the way he made decisions. At a tender age, I was able to start work, I think at the age of 20. And because he had created these big parastatal companies, which were nationalized. And these companies were created for employment of so many Zambians. I remember in his time, a lot of people were working. And, you know, I would say life was, was much, much better because our parents were working, we were also working, and we were able to provide most of the things, for family. And during his time, I was really interested in the union. I remember one time, as an institution, we were we were fighting for a better salary, and we went on strike. So he wasn't happy with our action because we went for negotiations, and we went into a dispute, and that we couldn't agree. So the managing director wasn't happy with the whole process. They were saying we didn't follow the process, and the whole institution was fired. And we were about 3,000 workers. We were fired, and he was really upset about our behavior. So while in the evening I sat in the sitting room watching the news, I just found that no, the whole institution had been fired, and now they were even recruiting. And when I sat there, I even saw my position being advertised, that they were looking for someone to sit on that position, to be employed under that position. So I was really, really scared, and I started praying that he would forgive us for going into such an action. But I think after 3 days, the union went to State House, and they managed to convince him, and being a forgiving man, he forgave the institution, and he said, everyone has been reinstated unconditionally, so you go back to work. So for me, I was really, really humbled in the way that, of course, he was hard, but then also very forgiving and also loving. And that made me, up to now, really regard him in high esteem. So that was all I can say about our first president. He was a loving man, strong in decision-making, also very forgiving, humble, but also very firm. Thank you, I submit.
President Mwamba, just allow me to say something about, just before you take over again, kindly allow me to just say something very briefly.
Okay, President, you can go ahead, President Judith.
Yes, so well done, President Marjorie. I really just wanted to emphasize to the rest of the people on the panel that may not know the background of President Marjorie. She is in charge of the issues concerning labor and human resource on the WWLC panel of Zambia. She is an experienced labor advocate. She is in the highest institution of leading labor discussions and improving the labor force and conditions of service for various unions in Zambia. I just want her to recognize her for that also. And like she has said, President Kaunda was a disciplinarian. I think you have heard from her presentation that he could just take one step and everything would change. So I just wanted to be able to emphasize her position in issues of improving the labor standards in our country. And really, we just want to thank you, President Marjorie, for your hard work. And I know that you have continued doing this, and we wish that you can continue doing it very effectively. Thank you, President Mwamba. I believe you can go to the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, President Judith and President Marjorie. Thank you for just giving us another view of the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's unique leadership. And we appreciate that there's still strong women like you that are just reminding us of how he governed the nation and, just recognize his unique way of leadership. And now just to move on to the next speaker, who is a specialist in media and publicity, Mrs. Nelly Piri Mulenga. Is she still in the, okay, yes, she's here. And I'll just hand it over to you to also just give us a brief, view of how President, the late Dr. Kaunda just, interacted with the media on his governance, and just give us a short presentation, Mrs. Mulenga. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Mwamba. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to speak. Just give me a second while I switch on my camera. Hello?
We can hear and see you.
Oh, okay, great. Sorry, I was just trying to, my network is a bit bad today. Thank you so much. Okay, my presentation today will not be a long one. It is a great loss for us to lose KK, as we fondly referred to him as Zambians. He was indeed a great person, and he achieved so much in his time alive. Even after he left the presidential seat, he was still very active in any media relations and any issues of governance that he could offer an opinion. He offered it freely and willingly. While his life is a mere Google search away, what people don't know about the late KK is that every single time you visited his home or his office, he would bless you. President Judy, please mute your mic. Thank you. So as I was saying, every time you visited his office or his home, he would bless you. He had the white handkerchief, which I'm sure all of us got to see in his pictures. He would always give you a blessing, and he would welcome you fondly and affectionately. And being in his presence was like he's known you your whole life. Unfortunately, I wasn't born when he was president, but I did get to interact with him in the media circles. While I was actively in the media, there were multiple issues for which we could call on him to offer an opinion. And he was just always welcoming in that regard. I remember one very memorable meeting we had. The media in Zambia has, for quite a while, been fighting for the passing of the Access to Information Bill, which is a law that will allow the media, or let alone any lay person or a citizen, to get information from an institution that information is bound to affect them or their lives. For example, I could go to the Zambia Revenue Authority and ask them how they're spending the funds that they're getting from taxes. So that was the purpose of the bill. That bill also was meant to provide transparency and accountability for political bodies and pretty much all institutions in the country, private, government, quasi-government, all of them. So we went to see him this one day as the now in liquidation Post newspaper, and he had just recovered from a short illness at that time, and he was running all over the place. He ran to meet us, and he was very happy, and he was dancing, and he embraced us, and I was in awe of this man because he was very old at that time. He was well into his 80s. So I was just very happy to see him like that, So we sat there as the media, and all the questions were fired at him, and he responded to them very knowledgeably and with so much wisdom. It was really an honor to be in his presence for me, anyway, it was. So, you know, for the media, he did so much. Even when he brought up the University of Zambia and multiple other institutions which have allowed people to study media relations, journalism, public relations, all facets of the media. Evelyn Horn right now is ranked one of the country's top media studies centers. So that was good. And that, I believe, will change the country because the media really is the voice of the country and the voice of the people. So I would just like to thank the late President KK. I know he can't hear this thanks personally, but I will forever remember what he did for us as the media and all the policies he created for us and all the support he provided to the media. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, President Mwamba, for according me this opportunity. I submit.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Nelly, Mrs. Mulenga. Thank you for sharing your personal experience with the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda and just giving us a view of how he interacted with the media. And we just thank you for sharing your personal experiences. And although most of us he cannot hear our thanks for his governance, but we all know at heart we are all very thankful. And yes, thank you for the presentation. And just also to hear from one of my fellow youths, Chisha Chishimba, the Vice President for the youths here in Zambia. I just want her to give a short presentation on, you know, her research and what she has encountered in relation to Dr. Kaunda. So I'll just hand it over to our last speaker. Unfortunately, some of the speakers we had lined up for today's meeting couldn't make it to share their presentations, but I believe we've all learned things we did not know before this meeting in this very one. And I just hope that even as Chisha speaks, we can have another view and more insight on how Dr. Kaunda governed the nation. I'll hand it over to you, Chisha. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone, and thank you, President Mwamba, and to everyone who was on the panel. Thank you very much. That was some great words and truly indeed the truth about the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. He was, on my part, he was a very good man. He was a loving man. And there's just one song that I always remember when I just think about him, and he loved singing this song wherever he would go, giving speeches or people invite him to speak. He would always sing, Tiende pamozi nemtima umo. And that was something that he encouraged everyone, that people should love each other. They should remember that through each and every struggle, people should still love one another. Whether things are hard, things are easy, we should always remember our neighbor and always love them. This man was a loving man. He always taught love. He always preached love. He always wanted people to love each other despite anything. And through his time fighting for independence for Zambia, it was all about love. It wasn't about segregation. He didn't choose tribes. He didn't choose color. He just fought for everyone and loved everyone despite who you are, where you're from, and not forgetting the late Nelson Mandela too. Through each and everything, they were together and they fought together. But it's really sad that Dr. Kenneth Kaunda had to leave us. I won't say at an old age, but at a young age, because he was still fit for his age and he was still strong. And all I can just say is that he brought love, he brought peace and unity, not only in Zambia, but to so many people he spoke to and countries that he visited. And may his soul continue resting in peace, because he just brought love and made us all united as one. Thank you, President Mwamba.
Okay, thank you, President Chisha. Thank you for the for your own personal experience. And I'm sure all the Zambians on the meeting agree with you on the song that you would always sing that just emphasized on togetherness as a country and as a people. And I just think we should always remember to be together. And thankfully, we have this platform here where we already are joining forces and just bringing ourselves together to make change for women, for children, and for everyone we come in contact with every day. And I'll just hand over to our national president, President Judith. Is there anything else you would like to just to share with us before we have the closing remarks? President Judith.
Thank you very much, President Mwamba. I just wanted also to remind you that we have another speaker has joined the meeting, President Wendy. I suppose you can give her a while to talk about infrastructure, because one of the areas where President David Kaunda scored is the area of infrastructure development in our country. As you have already said, President Mwamba, that he is actually responsible for the establishment of the University of Zambia. I think President Marjorie mentioned that. I would like President Wendy to say something. And also, I want to appreciate President Nelly Mulenga, who talked about the interaction of Dr. Kaunda with the media. We may all need to remember also that Dr. Kaunda was the one president who used the press very effectively. Almost every month he had a press meeting. There was a meeting with him and all the pressmen in the country. He would let them know what he wants to do, and he held the highest number of press conferences, I think, according to my remembrance. And at these press conferences, he would fire and hire and caution. And also, it was during these press conferences that he gave vital information to the country. So I would say he used the press conferences and the press as a tool of uniting the nation. I also want to welcome my husband, Mr. Mwila, who also is attending the meeting just as an observer, but one of the first 3 footballers from Zambia to play in the international market under President Kaunda. If you remember, President Kaunda had a team called the KK11. Mr. Mwila was one of those players. But, and I know he is very happy to be part of the meeting just to listen. He's very happy. I just want to recognize him. And now I think we would like to ask President Wendy to say a few remarks regarding President Kaunda and infrastructure development in the country. President Mwamba, kindly welcome President Wendy. Thank you.
Thank you, President Judith. And just to hand over the floor to President Wendy, who has had a big role in the infrastructure and development of the country. President Wendy, please just give us a brief presentation on, sorry, just a connection fault there. Just please give us a presentation on your idea of and your personal experiences on the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's leadership. Over to you, President Wendy.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much. Sorry, I can't switch on the video where I am. Yeah, but for me, I think President, the late KK was instrumental to infrastructure development in Zambia. He did not want to leave any Zambians behind. So what he did is he put up a massive infrastructure development, for example, hospitals. There were schools so that pupils can benefit. And during his time, people even had free education. So a lot of people benefited from this up to the time they graduated. So he established the University of Zambia so that we can have technical people to learn from there. But the University of Zambia only had, I think, civil engineering in the infrastructure department and electrical engineering, mechanical. But then he decided now to open the Copper Belt University, where there's a massive infrastructure courses there, and I'm one of those people who at least have benefited and have graduated from the Copper Belt University. Now we have a lot of Zambian contractors. Before, it was foreigners who would come and help us develop the infrastructure, but he saw that even Zambians should be empowered. And there were all these courses: architecture, quantity surveying, civil engineering, that were established. And now Zambians have been empowered through this. And if we look at various infrastructure development, most of these were started under Kaunda. The roads that we see, some of them are still there, though some have dilapidated and are being maintained right now. But if you look at the massive infrastructure rollout that he did, it has really impacted on many of us, and we are highly, highly grateful for this man who was a disciplinarian, who was professional in the way things were being carried out. And a lot of us, I think, have learned a lot from him. The time I met Dr. Kaunda, there was a function where his house was almost being completed and they wanted him to visit it. So I was there with my boss, and I sat somewhere far. He saw everyone was standing up, but we were following protocol. Then he saw me standing there and said, "Young lady, why don't you want to greet me? You don't want me to bless you?" And I walked there and he greeted me as usual, blessed me. He was just a very all-inclusive man and never used to choose class, race, age, or anything. So yeah, we've learned a lot, and I'm highly grateful for God for giving us this man, Zambia, because so many values that we've learned from him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Wendy. Thank you for sharing that experience with us and just reminding us of the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda's inclusive, you know, how he would include everyone in everything that he is doing. And we just thank you for your sharing, and we hope we have learned, I hope everyone has learned another thing about him. And again, just to hand over to President Judith, if she has anything else to say before we have our closing remarks. President Judith.
Thank you, President Mwamba. Again, I want to thank President Wendy for giving us an outlook of Dr. Kaunda in the area of infrastructure development. I also want to recognize the presence of our sister, Mrs. Margaret Mwila, who is in the United States of America, who has joined the meeting. President Mwamba, maybe you could just allow her to say something. She has been in the diaspora for quite a long time now, but I do know she's my sister who was actually with me in the time of Dr. Kaunda. By the way, for the sake of this meeting, I would also like to disclose that I was actually born in the year Zambia was independent. And so each time it was Independence Day, so I was born in that year, but every year there was a celebration every 10th, after 10 years. So on the 10th celebration of Zambia, President Kaunda made sure all those who were born in 1964 did something special. He brought all of us in our schools throughout the country. The celebration of that Independence Day, we were all given brand new t-shirts, and he was a sporty man. And I would like our President Mwamba to share his picture as a sporty man. I think he was playing football on that day, Dr. Kaunda. Eventually, she should share that photo with us. And so President Kaunda, each time it was independence, all the children in Zambia who were born in 1964, they had by force to celebrate the day. at the stadium. We would go and do gymnastics and various games, do sports. He was such a builder of the character of young people. And so I hope Madam Margaret Mwila is there, or there he is. You can see him playing football. That is Dr. Kaunda kicking the ball at a national soccer game event at Independence Stadium. You can see that he was actually professionally a referee himself. And the team that was called KK11, I think down in history, we may all remember that it perished at the coast of Gabon in 1997, unfortunately, 93, unfortunately. And this is a historical moment also for all of us, not only Zambia. So yeah, thank you so much, President Mwamba, showing us that lovely picture of Dr. Kaunda kicking the ball. Each time before the game started, he would kick the ball, and Zambia was sure to win that game, no matter what, because they were so motivated. And I know that this history shall never end because Zambian football is always associated with him. President Mwamba, maybe you could help us with getting Madam Margaret Mwila, who is speaking to us from the United States of America today, just for her also to remember her president. Thank you so much. I hope we can get her on.
Okay, thank you, President Judith. And yes, she is still with us on the call. I will just hand it over to you, President Maggie, to just brief us on your experience and personal experiences with the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. Thank you. I don't think she is the one that is on the call, President Judith. We have President Maggie logged on with us, but I'm just not sure if she could just confirm if she is because it just says Maggie on the participant list. So
sure, President Mwamba, it is well. I think you can move on. At this point, I can see that we are almost closing our meeting. I would just like ask you to give us that slideshow of President Dr. Kaunda's pictures, just as we continue remembering him, so that I can just explain a few pictures as they come for our listeners and our viewers to just understand some of the areas of Dr. Kaunda's intervention in the country. Yeah, so there I can see him. I think he's with the ministers. Okay, let's go to the next picture. That was his traditional Zambian dress right at independence, at the time of independence. What he's wearing is a wrapper, which really identified with him everywhere. Yeah, let's have the next picture. That was President Kaunda with Dr. Kamuzu Banda, the also late former president of Malawi. Dr. Hastings Kamuzu Banda, they were very close friends. Next picture. That was him with Martin Luther King. I think that we all remember this name, this one very hardworking brother in the American, in the diaspora, remains very outstanding. That was President Kaunda there in the usual, like I talked about press conferences, that was him making a press conference at one of the meetings in Zambia. And that was him, I think, consulting with one of the Arabian presidents, Mubarak. I'm not too sure, but looks like him. Let's go to the next one. That was him in his youthful time. Oh, wow, what a great man. Let's go to the next picture. That was him with our very own Madiba. These two, they fought for the same, freedom. And here we are able to interact so closely. We are sisters and brothers. We just thank God to these great gallant men of Africa. Next picture, President Mwamba. This, I think, is someone that he worked with. Well, this time it was President Kaunda. One of the times I think he had been imprisoned. Yes, he was coming out of prison. You can see with his long beard, he had just been released from prison. He did a lot of prisoning because of the freedom of Zambia and the other countries in the southern region. Next picture. It's not very clear, but obviously he's consulting with one of the other international leaders. Looks like Prince Philip. I'm not too sure, but looks like him. And that was him with President Madiba. I think he had come to Zambia and they were doing, going around the city, just being identified and, you know, sharing their interaction with the people. One of the Arab leaders, looks like Arafat. That's one of him with the various other leaders at international level. Same there. The picture is not so clear. I can't see the face, but it's him again, meeting with other leaders. That's him with President Nyerere of then President of Tanzania and other presidents from Kenya there. And Obote, and the Ugandan president. Wow, they were brothers all the time. And him with, is that Kamuzu Banda again? Younger presidents at that time.
That's actually
Looks
Malcolm.
like Malcolm X, yeah.
Does it? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, in the middle. Sure. Thank you for that correction. And that's him also there, I think, coming out from a plane, obviously going or coming back. Next. All right, next picture. Do we still have? Yes, that picture, President Ira talked about the music. That is him with the Queen. The previous picture was President Kaunda with young people. He loved playing music in the presence of the young people. That is, yeah, him with one of the school teams, obviously, you know, using the guitar very well. He was a great guitarist. And that's him with the Queen of England. That's him, not too sure. Let's go to the next picture.
The one that you just passed is him and O.R. Tambo and Nelson Mandela. They are former students at Fort Hare. These are fathers of our liberation struggle of Africa and Southern Africa in particular. They've been together for a long time until they liberated us. Yeah, they have a long history. We are proud. These are fathers of our freedom in Africa, including Nyerere, Sretzakama, Robert Mugabe, Robert Mangaluso Sobukwe, and many other great people who went to Fort Hare, including Archbishop Desmond Tutu. This is a crop of leadership that I think we have never had it. We are likely never to have it in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much indeed. That is exactly the truth. And these people, they were really so close. They shared ideas and they had the interest of their peoples at heart. You are right. I think this is exactly the position. I see a hand there from President Debbie. I think that she would like to contribute to these people. Thank you.
No, I just wanted to say, President Judith, the gentleman that was talking is our Excellency in Taiwan. He is South African representative in Taiwan. So he knows a lot of history, about South Africa, international fraternity. So I asked him to say something about our founder, we can say also he's the founder of Africa, but I feel play the music. We must really have music. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Debbie. Thank you so much. So I can see also that him consulting with other leaders, obviously. Thank you, President Mwamba. You can play that video now. And that is, I think, the national anthem of Zambia. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm just having difficulties with sharing the video.
You can also sing one of your Zambian music. You can sing all of you without even playing it in the thing. You can sing all of you.
Excellencies, Excellencies, ladies, gentlemen, can I add just a little input? I am Layla Rahad from Dubai. Can I? Am I allowed?
Yes, please. Yes, Elena, you are allowed.
Our president, Judith, how are you? I'm amazed. I've been seeing the great mission and the great leader. God rest him in peace. We are really blessed to have like this leaders in our life to teach us love and to give us love. Even they are not here, them shadow, them soul, the impact, the fingerprint is still there. Zambia is one of the beautiful destinations which we really love to collaborate with, and we want to welcome all the women and gentlemen leaders to do a partnership between Zambia and Women Making Change. I did my platform called I Am Africa to highlight these kinds of impact with the great leaders would they make a difference in the earth. And Africa is my soul. In Africa, there is always great things with no one see. And until now, no one highlight. Only few people like you and like those ladies and gentlemen leading the media, they spot the great achievement of great people. Thank you so much. We are really honored and blessed to have people like you, our president, and waiting you in Dubai with IamAfrica.net. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your presence and also you're recognizing the wonderful resources, natural resources in Zambia for tourism, and just really, we invite you over. We are so happy to receive you with open arms. And one of the important things that other president, Dr. Kaunda, did was to open up the tourism industry in Zambia. He appreciated that so much. He always went on holiday within Zambia. He would go to different points. So you are most welcome, Dr. Lyra. And for the rest of the World Women Leading Change, we are lobbying actually through our able president, Debbie here in the SADC, and obviously our founder, President Ayla, that World Women Leading.
Yes, we are one team. We are one team, and yeah.
You need to visit Zambia and see the tourism.
My main target. Yeah, we are doing one program, Zambia, UAE. I'm just waiting the COVID to finish, and then we will sharp it together. I'm waiting Professor Alia to finish her mission, and we are doing another African Investments Expo in Dubai and a 50 flag also. We are one heart for Africa. All Africa is our target and our mission and our goal. Together we can make a difference. Thank you so much. I'm really blessed what I see. Those beautiful video, if you want to send it to me, I will feature it in my platform, iamafrica.net. I will be very glad to do also for my youth, because I'm president of the youth, and some things similar to tell them the great leader achievement, it stay in the heart, in the mind, in the history. Thank you again.
Thank you so much. And I can assure you that my team, President Mwamba, President Nelly in Livingstone, where there is the water that rose, the Victoria Falls, and President Chisha, they would definitely be in touch with you over this one, because they are directly involved with the youth activities, and they are working a lot in the issues of tourism to promote Zambia. We can't wait for COVID to go, because we want President Ira to land at the international airport here in Zambia with WWLC, accompanied by her powerful working President Debbie, President Lesego, President Elizabeth, everybody here who is so hardworking in the issues of wild women leading change. We are expecting you in Zambia. So I'll hand over now.
Thank you.
We are coming to you, President Judith. Be ready, yes? We are coming. We are coming.
Oh, Alia, my lady, we are coming,
Hello,
all of us.
hi, Excellency Leila. Hi, Excellency Leila is going to be our president, yes, in the UAE. So she is our counterpart in UAE for also youth. Maybe President Lesego can connect with High Excellency
I'm waiting
Leila.
your Excellency Professor to finish your mission. We are waiting you
Yes,
in Dubai
I'm
because
finished.
we need you.
Soon. I come.
She's going to Monaco. She's going to Monaco. She don't want to come to us. Zambia next, my lady.
Yes, we're coming. We're coming.
All blessing, all blessing. Thank you, my lady. Proud of you.
Love you, love you.
Yes. So I think also I just want to thank all of you for really your participation before I can hand over to President Debbie to give us our closing remarks on behalf of Africa. President Mwamba, kindly.
Yeah, good afternoon. I can see
Usher in President
our
Debbie and
President,
President. Thank you.
Rebecca. President Rebecca, our coordinator for Africa, is here. But thank you very much that you brought your husband, Mr. Mwila, to be part of us for playing for KK11. And we really appreciate that, Mr. Mwila. Thank you so much. Thank you. And President Rebecca will give the closing remarks, but really we wanted to hear one music from Zambia. Zambia, give us the music before President Rebecca says something. We really appreciate this day. It also made us to reflect even on our lives. And also in our midst, we are joined by Khosi Raphahlelo. She is the Queen Raphahlelo. She is also from the Limpopo. She have joined us. I asked her to join us, but thank you. Yes, she's part of us also. But can we have a music? You can also sing. Can you sing is people of Zambia before President Rebecca can say something? Yeah, just a nice song, not the national song, but a song that also that is good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, President Debbie. We will sing the popular song that President Dr. David Kenneth Kaunda loves, Tiende Pamozi. So I just want to invite all the Zambians on the platform. Can we sing Tiende Pamozi Ndimtima Umozi? And that song means let us move together with one heart for Africa. So I'll ask President Mwamba or President Chisha to lead the song. Shall we all sing it for the late Dr. Kaunda, just to remember him by this wonderful song that he loved so much? President Mwamba.
All right, just to apologize in advance for some of my vocals. I'm not the best singer, but I'm sure we'll be able to hear and, just understand, as President Judith has explained, that it means togetherness and unity. So we can start singing together with all the Zambians on the call. Please join me so that I'm not alone on the song.
President
Yeah.
Marjorie, I know you can sing very well. President
Yes.
Wendy and the Pamozi. Okay, President Marjorie, start it.
Tiende pamozi ndimtima umo.
Tiende
pamozi
ndimtima umo. I think he started by clapping.
Pamozi ndimtima umo.
Tiende pamozi ndimtima umo.
Thank you. Thank you. You'll write the song for us and the meaning of the song. Thank you. And over to you, President Rebecca.
President Mwamba and President Marjorie, you need to circulate this song to the whole WWLC platform so that our sisters can learn it too. Bless you.
Yes, President, we will.
Thank you. Thank you, President Rebecca. Just do the closing remarks. And thank you so much for everyone who's been.
I want to welcome Her Royal Highness, the Queen. Thank you so much for joining us. This makes us feel very honored as Zambia that even Her Royal Highness, the Queen, is on our platform to commemorate this important event where we are remembering our former founding president, Dr. Kaunda. Thank you so much, Your Royal Highness.
President Rebecca, can you say something? Or is she's not here? However, I can see that probably she got cut. We really want to thank you for sharing the life of President Kenneth Kaunda with us. You know, this kind of celebration, it really revitalized us. It sharpened us. It makes us, to change wherever that you had some weaknesses. And you could see how this gallant giant, how he touched people's lives. You can see that he was such an ordinary man, but with his ordinary way of doing things, his leadership style, he really touched people with his life. Because he was a very educated man, very wise man, a forgiving man. And I think most importantly, as one of the speakers said, they did a very a terrible thing in the country. However, he managed to forgive them. I think we should learn to forgive one another, so that God can be able to edify and even to bless us more in the family of the World Women Leading Change. Thank you so much, President Judith, for your leadership. Thank you so much. I've never heard you complaining, but you are always there, ensuring that you lead us, with your humility, with your humbleness, with the love, with passion. We really want to thank you so much for honoring this day of President, the founder of Zambia, and I think the founder of Africa, and also President Ayla. President Ayla, always, you've got such a big heart. Our sister, you are so giving. You are a giver. You are a natural giver with your time, with your skills. And I've never heard you really complaining. President Lesego, you are always there assisting, you always at the background. This program, it became really possible because of you and Nadia, wherever you are. Thank you, the family of WWLC, and even the Queen Rapahlela. When I asked you to be part of us, you never said that no, no, no. And I know that you are at the funeral, but you said that you want to hear what these women of Zambia are saying about this important leader of us, Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. And here in South Africa, we've got even a district named after him. We really appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we know that all over Africa, I think even in the world, they are mourning him, but they are not mourning him with long faces, but they are mourning him with broad smiles. We really want to thank you. We really want to thank you. As I said, both my uncles from my mother's side and from my father's side, they stayed in Zambia when they were in exile. And one of my uncles became a teacher there in Zambia. I've got cousins that were born in Zambia. Thank you so much, my family of World Women Leading Change. Thank you so much. We are the World Women Leading Change.
Thank you so much, President Debbie. I am sure that your cousins might have left some children here in Zambia. I can assure you that you have still got a family here. Apart from us, there must be another family that was left by your brothers or your cousins. Because really, a lot of South Africans, they formed families here in Zambia. That's why we are so close, and that we are mourning our great fallen hero very well together. God bless you so much. Thank you so much for your good leadership and your support. We will go very far because we continue to embrace our relationship as WWLC Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mama Debbie and President Judith, for those remarks. And I just want to thank everybody for joining our meeting today and just celebrating the life of the late Dr. Kenneth Kaunda with us. We are very grateful that you are here with us, even as the country is mourning, but we are celebrating his life and everything he's done for the country. This marks the end of our meeting today, and I'll just hand over to President Lesego if there's any announcements that we need to hear, and just to thank everyone again for the meeting, for joining the meeting and your contributions and the participation today. Thank you. Over to you, President Lesego.
Thank you very much, President Mwamba. For the announcements, we have a real estate program tomorrow, the 20th of June, 2021 at 2 p.m. GMT. In Central African time, it is 4 p.m., 2 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. CAT, tomorrow real estate. It will be hosted by Dr. Ayla, and the guest is Mr. Dr. Dolph de Roos. So tomorrow we'll be having the real estate program. And if there are no more comments or remarks, may I please ask President Nadia
Don't miss real estate program tomorrow, yes? This man is the #1 book author in New York, yes? He is my first mentor. So I read his book, that's why I'm in real estate. Don't miss it, yes? Try to come.
Thank you,
yes,
President
this is
Ayla.
like a very, you can Google him. He's a very, very hard to find his time. So don't miss it, ladies. Love you.
Yes, tomorrow in South Africa, we are celebrating the fathers. It's Father's Day tomorrow. Yes, we'll watch. Thank you so much, President Ayla. They sent us the name of the book on the group. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President Debbie. Yes, it's Father's Day, I think everywhere. So we want also to celebrate the fathers tomorrow and to ask all those men who don't realize that fathering is more than just having children. We want them to take position. Thank you.
Thank you very much. President Nadia, are you there? May you please play the song?
President Leto, good morning, good day. Just a reminder about the request I had for you. Perhaps you can also make an announcement for that.
Okay, President Chaze, I think I sent messages to everyone requesting all World Women Leading Change members to please contact President Chaze. She would like to do profiles for each and every one of us. Please contact President Chaze. If you don't have her contact details, I will share in the group. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We are the woman leading change, leading change. We are the woman leading change, leading change. We are the woman leading change, leading change. We are the woman leading change for our people, for our countries, for everyone in the world. Love, peace, needed in this world. Endurance, needed in this world. Forgiveness, needed in this world. Unity, needed in this world. Yes, African woman, leading change. Antarctican woman, leading change. Yes, Asia, woman leading change. Yes, Australia, woman leading change. Yes, Europe, woman leading change. Yes, North America. Yes, South America, woman leading change. Kalirato fella, Kalirato fella, woman leading change. Kalitabo fella, Kalitabo fella, woman leading change. Gotando pella, Gotando pella, woman leading change. Yes, Indonesia. Yes, Ayla. Yes, Ayla, woman leading change. Yes, Indonesia. We thank you, world woman leading change.
Well done. Bye-bye.